Setting up a project setting. Let's take a look. You can get to the project dialog box by using the button down here, or take the flyout menu and select project settings. I have created an empty one here. Doesn't point to any data source at all. But when you want to create a new project setting, you guys go to the, in this case, select the base settings menu and press the new, let's call it demo base, and say OK to that. The next thing you will probably do is point to your data source. You can of course use a custom connection. It's a script. Later on we will talk about that, not today but in another session. We have the file connection, which is comma tab separated file, XML file, different kind, and we got an ODBC connection and a MySQL connection. I think we will start by setting up a MySQL connection. So that's what we want to do. In this case, we have our database on my local machine. It's running on port 3306. I got a username for it, and I don't got any password. When this is set, you actually get access to all the database. You got that this user has access to using the privilege from MySQL. So now it's quite easy to select the database, select the table where the product is in, or a view, and now you can select your ID field and your list field. The ID field, you will be using that for updating purpose. We will need to have some unique stamp on each element, and the ID field is the right one to use. In this case, it's called ID, but it could be something called item number or whatever you're using in your company. The list field is when you're using LiveMerge, you've got a pop-up where you can select your product, what should be in that. And that could be one of this field, depending on how your data is set up. But this is how you set up a MySQL connection. If you want to set up an ODBC connection, I would like to take it a little bit step further, just to set up the ODBC administration and create a new data source within it. So this is what I'm going to do. I will say I would like to add a connection, and this is using different kind of connections methods. Your database should have a driver for it. If you are on a Windows, you will probably have a lot more drivers than I got on my Mac. But in this case, I have used the actually open source database connection. That's a driver for ODBC. It's very, very easy to set up. Just click the finish when you have selected. It will prompt you for some more information, of course. I'll just say continue to this one. And I will call this text connection, just like that. I don't have any description of it, but in this driver I can select between a MySQL, SQL, or SQLite connection here. Just press the next one. It will point you where this is located, and in this case it's the local host, my port, and I could say I would like to connect using my password as you saw before. So I will just click this one and I will say continue, and now it's setting up a connection to the database itself, and then I just have to choose my field I need to use. In this case I'll take this database, that's okay, and I'll just press continue and it's done. Now I can test it and log in like this, and it says in general this is okay, there's no problem in that, test completed successfully, and I'm actually ready to run. So now I go to this one and just have it say no to anything here, but I do have my test connection here. That's the one we just opened up, and if I refresh here I can have see all my tables and my views created in that production. So I just call my products, and again I can choose an ID field, and I can choose something to go into the pop-up menu. For text file is also easy. You just select the file here, and now the user interface changed a little bit. I will press the select file here, choose my data source, and click the refresh here, and now I have access to a different kind of fields to go into that. The next thing we could talk a little bit about is our date field. For text file, you normally doesn't have a last modification field, but for database it's quite normal to have it. So you can see actually which record is changed and when to use it. I have an example here in MySQL. I think it's called this one. I've got tables here. I got a date fields. Date A here is actually my last notification date, and sorry, that was my ID. This one should go to the dates field, and my list field should be some kind of naming procedure, and this is actually what I need to set up when I make the connection. The group information we got here, we will handle that in a different session, but in very short words, this is how you connect different kind of records to be shown as one group with one common image, for instance, and a small variation list. You're using this grouping information, and we also have, when you're using ODBC and you're using MySQL, we have a place where you can put in a query, so you can choose which product you want to produce. You can have a very easy way of doing this by just entering a short term. Let's say you want to search for shoes. You just enter the search term here, and it will make a free text search in all your fields in your record. Or you could actually have a more advanced query like this one. It will also work with the MySQL and ODBC, and not all ODBC, but most of them. The syntax vary a little bit in different kind of databases. Okay, the next thing I would do when setting up a project is to select where my item design goes. For this one, I will actually point to one I already have set up. But a project is a group of folders, and in one of the folders you got the items, maybe another folder for templates and stuff like that. Just search for this one, and I will go in this. My snippet or my item design is here. Just choose this one, and the image path. Where do you got my images? I've got it in a folder. This could be another server, but in my case, it's there. My templates, where I can start up the projects, is actually in the root of this folder. So this is my templates I like to use for that. And now I have completed what you could say is an ordinary setup of Extreme and LiveMerge production. So when I press OK here, I do actually have access to my my different kind of, in this case, templates, and of course all my different kind of snippets. I also have access to them. I did skip some of the functionality: styling file, script path, prescript, and postscript. I'll just talk about them right now. We will have a special session about the styling file, special session about script path, prescript, and postscript. The styling is when your data is formatted in a specific way in your data source, and you want them in a different way. You can say, I have a long number, I just want the first 3 digits. We have a manipulation engine for that. We call it word styling. And you select a file that have all this rule in it for the styling file. Scripts, scripting paths. Scripting is a very powerful way of manipulating item design during the run of the catalog. and you can apply a script to a single box in your design and make the box grow or change depending on the data contents. Prescript is a script that's triggered before the process is run. Postscript is a script triggered after the process is run. Let me try to explain. Prescript, you could use it for manipulating data or preparing your document. Postscript, you will do that after the catalog is done. Maybe you want to run it for creating a table of contents. That could be a good position, or maybe you want to export every page as a PDF. Just select a small JavaScript that will do the tricks. But this is actually completing the setup of your project's settings. Thank you for listening.